Hi, and welcome back to our channel. My name is Alice T. Chan with realhousesofthebayarea.com, and I'm excited for you to join us for our new video series called How to Renovate a Bathroom. In our last video, we talked about how to choose the finishes for your bathroom. And today, we're going to talk about how to choose the right sink for your next bathroom renovation. There are several things to consider when choosing the right sink for your bathroom, and that's what we'll be discussing today. The shape, the mount, the material, as well as the style. So let's get started. In general, there are three different shapes that sinks come in. It's either going to be round, oval, or rectangle. The next characteristic that we want to take into consideration is the type of mount it is. And what I'm referring to is it going to be an overmount, an undermount, or a top mount? So now let's give you an example. For instance, a round sink, generally speaking, is usually going to be an overmount sink, meaning that it goes over your countertop, it drops right into your cabinet, but it sits on top of the countertop. A lot of times this is referred to as a drop-in sink. So you'll see a lip that goes around the edge of the sink. Another example of a round sink is going to be your top mount vessel sink, which means that it is one of those decorative bowls that sits right on top of your countertop. It's going to be a little bit higher than your traditional sink so that you're going to have a taller faucet to accommodate the height of the bowl. So let's talk about the pros and cons of each of these types of mounts a little bit. The overmount, as I mentioned before, lays over your countertop. So it drops into your cabinet and sits on top of your countertop. Unfortunately, this means that there is a lip that goes around the edge of the sink that is not flush with the rest of your countertop, which means that when you're trying to wipe the countertop down, it's not so easy. Whenever you're wiping down the countertop, it's always going to stop at the edge of that sink lip, and so therefore a lot of debris and dirt can get caught in that area, and it tends to get a lot of buildup over time unless you're very, very diligent about cleaning. In that case, a little toothbrush is your best friend. An undermount sink is obviously the most popular and the most desirable for many reasons, but mostly for the cleaning factor. Because it is mounted underneath your countertop, it is going to be flush with the countertop, and so when you have any dirt or debris on your countertop, it's so easy to just wipe it and it goes right into the sink. So something to take into consideration if you are planning to install a vessel sink is the fact that this sits on top of the counter. So therefore you will need to make an adjustment with the cabinet that it sits on top of. Your average finished height for a bathroom vanity is about 36 inches. So if your bowl height is 6 inches, you'll need to make sure that your cabinet sits finished at 30 inches. If not, the overall height will be too tall for your average person to utilize. And on top of that, another thing to consider is the splash factor. This is inevitable just based on the shape of the bowl and how the water hits it. It's always going to splash, and this is why I don't find it to be very practical for everyday use besides the whole cleaning thing. You'll also want to make sure that you purchase a faucet made specifically for vessel sinks because they stand much taller so that they can clear the bowl and the water actually goes into the bowl. So let's talk about the different types of material that you'll find these sinks made from. The most common and the most well-known is going to be porcelain. Most people own a porcelain sink. They are readily available, they're very cost efficient, and they're relatively easy to clean. They come in a variety of color, but of course the most common, the most popular are usually going to be white or biscuit, which is kind of like an off-white. Another material that sinks are made from is glass. These are usually going to be more decorative, and they're going to be the top mount vessel type sinks. So they sit on top of your countertop. Glass can be easy to clean if you're just cleaning glass, but if you're using it for anything other than just washing your hands, it's going to require a little more effort. So it's not a low maintenance product to clean. And caution anybody who lives in an area that has hard water, because hard water deposit is not cute. It requires a lot of effort to maintain the look of the glass over time. really consider where you're going to be using these applications. There's going to be your plain glass. Usually it's a green glass. You see that a lot. There's going to be also decorative glass where there's etching in the glass, or there's going to be different colors built into the glass, which can be very pretty, and depending on the color, it may disguise any kind of dirt or debris that gets stuck in there. But honestly, it's going to be one of those products that you want to use in a very low traffic bathroom application. Let's talk about these cast iron trough sinks that came on the scene a couple of years ago and became very popular along with the farmhouse aesthetic. They are very heavy, very durable, pretty easy to clean, but you will have to take into consideration when you are installing one of these to have the proper bracing behind the walls to accommodate the weight of these sinks. So this is not an afterthought. This is not something that you want to do after the fact. This is definitely something that you want to make sure that your installer is well aware of. Another material that sinks can be made from is a stone. So this could be man-made or it could be a natural stone, such as marble, granite, slate. There's also the man-made materials where it's composites and any type of porcelain product. Those types of materials can be fabricated into a sink. This then takes us to another style, which is a little more on the higher end side, although you'll see it in some prefab applications. I'll explain that in a second, where the countertop and the sink is made out of the same material. So you'll see that there's countertop and then there's the sink and then a continuation of that countertop. That's very popular and it's very modern, it's very sleek. There won't be any seams for you to clean, so it's very low maintenance, makes it super easy for people like me who love things to be easy to clean. There are prefab applications that have these type of materials. They're either going to be in a fiberglass or they're going to be in an acrylic, or sometimes it's made out of porcelain. But you have to be careful with some of those fiberglass and those acrylic materials, because when they've been prefab and sitting in a factory and shipped over here from overseas, a lot of times those sinks get warped. Or a lot of times you're getting these great deals, and I'll tell you exactly why you're getting a great deal, because they are warped or they're seconds. They're not able to sell it at full retail, and so therefore they will sell it to you at a discounted price, and you being the savvy shopper online have no idea that that's the case. And this has happened before where I have had budget renovations. We order these products because it fits the budget, but yet when we receive it, you could see when you install the sink on top of the cabinet where it's wavy. It won't even sit flat on the countertop, and that's frustrating. It renders the entire unit totally useless. So be careful about what you choose. When you're getting it custom fabricated specifically for your project, you won't have that situation, but be careful when you're buying online and you're purchasing products that you think you're getting a great deal on, because a lot of times it comes with its own price tag. So the last material that sinks can be made from are metals. Whether it be stainless steel or copper, those types of materials can be fabricated into a sink. Now, generally speaking, we're not seeing a lot of stainless steel sinks in bathrooms unless they're industrial. So for the most part, you're not going to be putting those in your residential projects. But copper is a very nice material, albeit very high maintenance. And you have to love the look of copper patinaed over time. Meaning, as you're utilizing the copper, it's not going to stay that beautiful golden copper color. It's going to patina and it's going to turn that green color, and you have to be okay with that. Or you're going to have to be okay with doing what is required to help maintain that beautiful original copper color. The best way for you to choose the right sink for you is obviously to figure out what fits within your budget, what fits within your cleaning schedule, your maintenance availability, right? Because that's a big part of having a beautiful bathroom. Not only to have a beautiful bathroom first when it's done, but also to maintain it over time. So if it's gonna require you to do a whole lot of housekeeping that you just don't have time for, don't even stress yourself over it. Just get with what is going to work best for your everyday lifestyle. You will thank me and you'll thank yourself in the long run. Every single time you consider a type of material to choose for your project, choose not only based on price, because if you're only going for cheap, you're going to get a cheap result. But if you're looking for ways to increase the overall aesthetic of your space and make it look a little bit different from your average builder basic, then kind of mix things up. It doesn't mean that you have to spend a ton of money for everything, but maybe you choose a particular product that's not your norm. And a sink is definitely one of those standout pieces in your bathroom that can make a statement. So there you have it. I hope that helps you understand a little bit more about the sink process, all the things that you should consider. And I can't wait to hear more about how you renovate your bathroom. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this video and you loving the content on how to renovate a bathroom. If you are planning a bathroom renovation and need to know how to budget for it, exactly what materials are included in a bathroom renovation, I've taken the guesswork out of it for you. I've created a materials checklist, a very comprehensive materials checklist that is my gift to you. So please just go to howtorenovateabathroom.com and sign up for that checklist and you'll get it straight to your inbox. Good luck with your renovation and I will see you again soon. Please like this video and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, what are you waiting for? Visit us at realhousesofthebayarea.com.